Deepfake porn is a great example of how the laws on paper might look really good, but practically speaking, they don't help people out. This comment was left on a video I did about the Copyright Office Roundtable on regulating AI, and I asked for questions about AI. This question is about a woman who was the victim of deepfake porn, was told she didn't have any recourse. Full disclosure, I don't know this story. I actually did some research to see if I could find any cases on deepfake porn that had gotten kicked out of court or anything like that, and I actually couldn't find any cases. So I think this may have come from social media, maybe Reddit or somewhere like that. But to answer the question, she did have recourse under the law. She just didn't have effective recourse under the law. It does look like deepfake porn will be treated like defamation, that creating fake videos about people will be treated as defamation, and there are cases where it has been treated as defamation. However, in order to sue somebody for defamation, you have to know who made the video. And so when it comes to things like things that proliferate on social media accounts that might be anonymous, it can be difficult to figure out who made the video. And so defamation, well, yes, it's a legal recourse for people, is not practically speaking an effective recourse for people. Now, side note, for anybody out there struggling with this issue, there are ways to find out from platforms who owns an account. I've never done it in a deepfake porn instance. I have done it in other instances of defamation. It's a process, it takes some time, but it can be done. So it's not impossible to figure out who owns an account. In a lot of cases, in some cases it may be impossible, but in a lot of cases it's not impossible to figure out who owns an account, but it takes time and it's difficult and it's not a fast resolution for somebody who's suffering from something as dramatic and traumatic as deepfake porn. Now, the gold standard of how to deal with this would be some recourse against the social media platforms that were hosting deepfake porn. But of course, social media platforms are protected under federal law, and they're not considered the speakers of what people put on the platform. So in this case, they wouldn't be liable for a troll that put deepfake porn on the platform because federal law protects them as it stands right now. If you want my opinion on what would be a great way to resolve this, it would be to build in some liability for platforms for things that are traumatic like deepfake porn, but with a safe harbor. So copyright law is treated very differently on social media platforms, and the copyright statute has a safe harbor for social media platforms so that they're not liable for copyright infringement on the platform, but it's not unequivocal immunity. It is actually a safe harbor. They have to abide by certain things like notice and takedown procedures that we all go through when somebody steals something on a social media platform. They have to abide by those in order to be protected. I would like to see something like that put in place for AI or more broadly on social media platforms, because it would help people address these kinds of instances. Now, I don't think it's practical to do it for everything because social media is just too big for anybody really to police, I think, other than the people who are on it. But I do think for really extreme things like deepfake porn, that there should be some safe harbor built in, but not unequivocal immunity for people. I'm Tamany. I'm an IP attorney with 20 years of experience, lots of experience in social media, and I love to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts about this question. Let me know if you know this story or could refer me to where I might be able to read about it. I'm super interested in it.